Can we get without the lettuce? Thank you.
You have a good one.
You too.
Hey everyone, so I'm forced to do some ADR for this portion of the video, mostly because my sound quality wasn't totally the greatest while I was driving. Pretty much today is kind of a look at my day-to-day life. Specifically, today was Free Comic Book Day, so after I took my dog to the vet and I rested some bit, I went to Free Comic Book Day and got some stuff from my local comic book store, Caldwell Comics in Gilroy, California. In like a few seconds, I'm going to show you guys what I got. And after I got home, I decided to do like this film chore. This thing I was building was a stunt pad that I really wanted to build, so you guys are going to see me building this over a time lapse. Okay, so here's my haul from Free Comic Book Day. I picked up this Qira figure for about $7 because he was having like a 15% off sale at the comic book store. She's from the Han Solo movie, and specifically her Black Series line came out around the same time as the movie. I did see her around the same price too in the in Seattle, so I'm actually amazed how affordable she is universally from what I've seen. So I picked up these two free comics for today. I picked up this one about Animal Crossing, which I'm pretty certain this is like just a few pages from the actual first volume. But you know, she's a huge fan of Animal Crossing, so that was an instant grab. And I also picked up the Star Wars High Republic comic, which also does have an excerpt from Avatar: The Last Airbender. But I'm more excited about this actual Star Wars comic. I guess I could have grabbed the third one, but I only need really two. And oh no, it's starting to rain some more. So some more figures I picked up. I also picked up this Minnie from Walt Disney Archives. My fiance really did love this figure because it's Minnie with a paintbrush and it just looks very whimsical and cute. Got her for I think about $14. No, got her for about $13 after the tax and discount. I also picked up this Donald Duck Christmas one. This one was kind of for me. Not the most Donald Duck-esque, but mostly because he looks like one of the three nephews. But it's really cute to look at. And yeah. So this is my Free Comic Book Day 2023 haul. Anyways, I'm gonna head inside right now while the rain is calm, and I'm gonna get to doing some chores around the house. Okay, so don't mind this. I hope you guys don't mind this introduction of me prepping my build for the stunt pad. So I just need to do some cleaning / organizing so the garage wouldn't seem so messy. Pretty much the goal for the stunt pad was that, so I was going to use this stunt pad for the next short film I make. It does require me to fall on my back, but you know, I'd rather not get injured in the process, so that's the idea for that. We've had this memory foam mattress pad for a while now, so I'm pretty sure most donation centers wouldn't take this, but I felt like this was a chance for me to upcycle something that would be otherwise be tossed into the trash. I've also had this like very specific bag for the longest time, ever since I got my first set of lights from a old co-worker of mine back at UC Davis. I also wanted to add that I'm no longer using this bag just because it made it really difficult for me to manage storing these lights, so I opted to use a plastic bins, but I personally didn't want to toss this bag out because of how big it was, so I kept it in, hoping to maybe use it for another project someday. This bag definitely has seen better days. It has some holes in it, but it should hypothetically be enough to hold all of the memory foam pads together for like, and hopefully it would be enough to break my fall So what I initially had to start doing for this like little project was that I did have to measure out the specific length of the bag in mind. I initially was trying to measure the insides, but I realized that it would definitely just be easier for me to measure the outside. And I was doing it based off the seams of the bags, so that, I mean, it might be a little bit on the too small side because the bag itself does protrude out a bit, but at least I would get like a very close to uniform look with the memory foam pads. The bag dimensions came out to about 31 inches in length and then 15 inches in width. So I start cutting off the pads. At some point while I was like, I realized I didn't want my knees to be on the concrete because like I have really bad knees. So I decided to just sit on the memory foam pad to like help me cut the parts too. The cool thing was that this memory foam was fairly easy to cut into. All I really needed was like an X-Acto knife, so I was able to like pierce the thing, and it kind of like spread open really quickly, and it also cut really smoothly too. I did have to cut like maybe 3 or 4 times at least minimum, just so I can get down to the very bottom. Okay, so I also forgot to mention, so like kind of like what I said, memory foam is very easy to work with because it's soft and it cuts very easily, but because of how like squishy it is, there were a few times when after I would measure it, it was technically incorrect because I had accidentally compressed it inwards. There were multiple times when I would have to like remeasure over and over again. That way I would just make sure that the cut to the specified dimensions of 31 inches and 15 inches respectively. For me, I was also worried that I would cut the bag because I also had somehow preserved this memory foam pad enough where I didn't get any bugs, and there was definitely a lot of dead bugs on the bag itself when I was first opening it up finally. So after I had cut the first one, part of me wishes that I did bother to measure out how tall it would need to make it, because at some point I said, oh, two will be enough. No, I needed at least 3 pads, and like me cutting off these chunks, like they were definitely like fairly big chunks too, so yeah, needed at least 3. And then once I finally did get all 3 of them stacked up on top of it, I realized I could add a little bit more too, so I had to cut out some smaller pieces to kind of help fill in like one of the sides, because what I didn't measure was how tall this stunt pad would be, so I had to like just add in some smaller pieces to really help fill it in and stuff. And then this is like the overall stunt pad. Let's see, what else can I say about the stunt pad? What else can I say about the stunt pad? Not much really. So once it was all assembled, I also did decide to like tape it up a bit, just because there was several holes on this bag. But like I soon discovered that, well, let me backtrack. So I didn't really have a lot of materials to like really help patch it up. All I really had was some gaff tape I had lying around. So I taped it up at least once in a way that was just gonna be like the least amount of tape, but I didn't really like the overall, like, it definitely didn't hold. My fall, or lessen my fall when I landed on it. I have a lot of health problems, so I'm a little scared to do this, but here goes nothing. So I'm gonna do my butt first. Definitely lessened it, but the patch I did with the tape came immediately apart. That's not good. Now, here's really quickly, let me try with the knees. Yeah, that reduced it. Definitely not as hard. It definitely felt a little more harder on the butt, but it will do for the purpose I have. And after like my first stunt fall, I realized I had to do it again. So my second time around, I decided to do like kind of like vertical strips. So do it numerous times to see if it would hold the patch a bit more. It didn't work. What's happening whenever I land on the pad is that there's like this huge burst of air that's like filling in and pushing it out the holes. It's like trying to escape, so it's like going to pop regardless of like me patching up the holes, and that's just something I kind of have to accept. But yeah, overall I did finish it. This process, believe it or not, did take me like, I think maybe I started at 3 and I ended at 5, so it was about at least a 2-hour this was about a 2-hour project that took some time out of my day. But yeah, all right, let's try this again. These tape held up on this side, but it did not hold up on the other. Actually, it just caused an... Oops, same one. No. That's pretty much it about this video. If you guys like it, feel free to subscribe and like this video. I'm hopefully plan to make this short film sometime soon. Right now, my students' projects are kind of finishing up right now, so it looks like I'll be finishing up another year of YCP soon, and hopefully I figure out what I plan to do afterwards. And yeah, thanks so much, and I will see you guys for the next one. Bye.